Ghana has been plunged into a deep sense of grief following the devastating Ghana Armed Forces Z-9 helicopter crash that occurred on Wednesday, 6th, 2025, which has resulted in the moodiness of the entire country. You're welcome to the News God. My name is Nelson Kofi, and we're here to talk about the crash, the effects, and how the country is feeling about it right now.
Yeah, like Nelson rightly said, the country is very moody. It's been dull. A dark cloud has covered the entire country and even Africa. Everywhere around the world, people are mourning with the victims and the families of this devastating crash. So, on behalf of the News God, the entire management, and the entire crew, we would like to extend our condolences formally to the family, the government, and all those involved in this crash.
The state officials who were involved in this crash are the Minister for Defense, Dr. Edward Omani Boama, the Minister for Environment, Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Mutala Mohammed, Acting Deputy National Security Coordinator, Alhaji Muniru Mohammed, Vice Chairman of the NDC, Dr. Samuel Sapong, and the former parliamentary candidates 2020 and 2024, Mr. Samuel Abuaji. Then the crew, the helicopter crew aboard the flight when it crashed. Peter, Anala, and
I can tell this is not so easy for you, but
we'll get through.
We'll get through.
Yeah.
We've been really sad about this.
Yeah. Peter Anala, who was the squadron leader. Yeah. And the flying officer, Mane Chum Ampedu, and the sergeant, Ernest Ado. So those are the people who Ghana has lost, okay? And we're told that they were on their way to Obuasi for a program called the Cooperative Mining and Skills Development Program. So they were on a mission to better the country for us.
National duty.
And they tragically lost their lives in this tragic and gory manner.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. But Angie, how did you come upon the news?
Oh, yeah. So on Wednesday at around 10 a.m. to 11 a.m., between those hours, I saw a report that said the Ghana Armed Forces had reported the Z-9 helicopter missing off their radar. And I thought it was just, one of those things. They'll soon find it, because we've heard reports like that. Helicopters and airplanes go off the radar and then they are soon found.
Yeah.
So I saw this, and then I treated it as nothing is going to go wrong. So far as they have identified that the helicopter has gotten off the radar, and then there are searches underway to get it back on track.
Yeah.
I thought everything was in place until around 2 p.m., 3 p.m. I heard the gory crash. I was so broken.
Yeah.
I was so broken. Like to 8 people die in a day. I can't even imagine how their family members will feel, because these are people we don't know personally.
Yeah.
We know them because they are a public servant. They work for us. That is how I know them. But then the accident hits me. You think that it was even an uncle of mine in there. Gosh, I don't even know how to describe it. I'm literally shaking right now.
Yes, goosebumps all around. But we wouldn't want to touch on the cause of the crash, because as of now, there's been a formal investigation into the matter. So with time, yes, we would know the full details of the cause of the crash. So we can only speculate at this point in time, which is not fair to do. So then we'd only like to talk about what we remember of some of these individuals. So Angie, among these 8 officials, who were you most, will I say, attached to? Whose work were you mostly familiar with? And what can you say about him?
I am more familiar with the Minister for Environment, Technology, Science and Technology, which is Honorable Dr. Mutala Mohammed Ibrahim. I just loved him. I don't know if I didn't know I loved him until now, because I used to see him back when about 8 years where he was always on TV talking as a member of a panel discussing issues regarding Ghana governance and then social issues. So I found him to be someone who was always against the previous government, and then I was like, oh. And then there's some of the things he raises are thought-provoking.
Yeah.
You know? But then I thought it was one of those people who come to sit on TV and then lambast the government. That was it. But then I liked how he speaks, the fact and everything that he brings out. He doesn't just say anything anyhow. He takes his time, analyze issues, and bring out facts.
Yeah.
That is who I knew him for. And I didn't know that I was attached to him that much.
Until his passing.
Until his passing, then I was like, oh, wait. So I really had this man in my heart. Yeah. And there's one remarkable thing that attracts me to him too, is how handsome he is. He was.
Yeah.
He was a very handsome man, very nice, and then that body.
And it feels so surreal to refer to him as was.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, he also stood out for me. Of course, everybody on that list, it's tragic to lose all of them, but I was particularly hit by his passing because I always found him to be somebody interesting who presented facts logically and very intelligently. There's so much to learn from him if you saw him on TV.
Yeah.
But then I can say that we still see excerpts of his wisdom. We still see things that he has said and his impact. There are samples or excerpts of that on the internet. So every time we feel like we're missing him too much, we can go back and watch him and appreciate him and love him. Exactly. But then my question to you about this same thing, do you think the media was fair in the coverage of this story?
The media has done its part. I think when you talk about media, do we look at the traditional ones alone? Or
I'm talking about social media in particular, bloggers, with how they had projected the remains of the deceased online.
So the media stations that I follow personally, I think they did a great job in the covering.
Yeah.
But when it comes to bloggers, social media influencers, and then so-called
the citizen journalists,
exactly, they did very poorly with reporting this issue. I mean, this is a situation, a grievous moment.
For the entire country.
Imagine I'm the wife of Dr. Omani Boama, seated watching after scrolling on my social media. Then I see my husband's helicopter crash and then the body burning. How would I feel? How would you feel?
Exactly.
It wasn't nice. I think bloggers and this citizen journalists are chasing numbers, are chasing the fact that I'm the one who shared it. First. I shared it first. I brought it. Oh, I always have details. I always have things on my page so people will come and watch. Nah, that is not journalism. That is not journalism. There are ethics regarding reporting of specific thing, and this is included. Imagine that is your father. Would you break it like that? You respect. There is an order. Traditionally, when someone dies, there is an order. They delegate someone to go and announce it to the family before
and those
it even
visuals
comes
are
out.
Supposed to be blurred.
They're supposed to be blurred. But then you bring them like that and even identify them. Someone even labeled them. This is Dr. Mutaka. This is Omani Boama. How did you know? When the country is now making an investigation,
DNA, the forensic analysis and everything,
and you are pointing out that this is this person, because eagle's eyes. I hear you.
Well, at this point, let's just take a
and then
breather.
There is this video I saw of a queen mother in from the eastern region, I think, where Omani Boama hails from,
Yeah.
and she was coming to the family house to console or share her condolences with everyone. And she got there, and then this journalist, microphones all over her mouth.
No question.
And the lady is crying. I can't talk right now. I can't talk right now. But the microphones are still on her.
And they weren't even asking a question.
No question.
I was wondering, with that video, were they trying to get the sound of her crying? Because nobody asked a question, but there were microphones in her face.
Queen Mother cries, boy, boy.
Oh, God.
We can do better. We can do better.
Yeah.
There was a particular TV station that was holding a microphone there, a very big one for that matter, and it's a shame that it was in there.
Yeah. Okay, a breather, a moment of silence for the lost souls. We pray that wherever they are, they would rest peacefully. So once again, our condolences goes out to the families of the bereaved. Okay, so Angie, how are we signing out?
Yeah, so as we all know, President Mahama addressed the nation concerning issues regarding the crash and then all the follow-up. So as right now, some samples of the bodies have been taken to South Africa for DNA testing to be able to identify the victims properly for a befitting and honorable burial. So we are waiting for that. And President Mahama also announced that on 15 August, there's going to be a state funeral for all of these victims at the Black Star Square. So let's be aware of that. Let's take note. And then when it comes, we all wear our blacks and any attire for burial. Then we go and honor these people.
My name is Nelson Kofi. I did this with
Angela Kufo.
Thank you for watching.